The best roofing companies don't just hire more people, they think like CEOs. I'm Adam Sand, CEO of the Roofing Business Partner. In this video, I map out the 4 cornerstones of CEO thinking so you can scale with clarity, confidence, and exponential returns.
These are part of the 4 corners of being a CEO. If you're a CEO, you basically have 4 corners that you walk in your business. So this is your business. You have exponential activities and you have linear activities. So exponential activities tend to create this in your business, and linear activities tend to create this in your business. So exponential, sometimes it's less worth your time, but then eventually becomes more worth your time as the benefit comes through. Linear tends to just be like this. So exponential activities would be leadership development. Leadership development is exponential. It takes more time at first, and then eventually it outpaces. The other one is innovative campaigns, right? You do things that create buzz about the business. You innovate. Then there are things that are linear, which is systems and processes. These are extremely boring. And this is business development. So this can be relationships. This can be going out and selling roofs by yourself. But you can't just focus here. You need this line, right? This line has to exist. For this line, everything here is allocation of time and effort. So the green line pays for the value of the blue line to eventually pay off. And so these systems and processes is where we create these SOPs and systems. This can be done with any simple project management tool. ClickUp, Monday, Google Sheets. Google Sheets is fine. But when you onboard someone, a new employee, so when you onboard someone, what is the process? You can do this in Google Sheets. When you have demand for a new employee, there's a resource that onboards them, and there's someone who tells us how many people we can onboard, but we need to know how long it takes in time and days to do that. Best thing I ever learned about task management is that if we have a list of tasks, this saved RBP at one point, was learning this, which is that every task needs to have a due date, but it's not the due date, it's the due date. Due. The day that you do it. You don't set deadlines, you have days that you do things. Second thing is one person in one sitting for 15 minutes to 4 hours. So anything that exists on a task on a person's calendar has to have the date that you're going to do it. So the assigned date that it will be done. This task has to be one person that does that task in one sitting. It's 15 minutes to 4 hours. Like, what if you have a deliverable that requires multiple people? Then you have a task which is assigned to no one. This was a huge thing for me to learn this. A task assigned to no one. It's defined as a non-actionable task. This is more for reporting. And then under that, you have subtasks, which then is assigned to Adam Sand and Charlie Dreamworks, Abner Miller. And you have a time estimate of this one's going to take 15 minutes, this one's going to take 2 hours, and this one's going to take 1 hour. The biggest thing that I learned was that a due date is a due date. The date you do it's one person, one sitting in 15 minutes to 4 hours. So every task has to have a due date, an assignee, and a time estimate, and then you track time. Super, super, super hard. I try and eliminate so much of this decision fatigue by just telling you what people should do, how they should do it, and how long it should take, because I've had to go through the work of doing this with our customers to say, this is when they should do it, this is who should do it, this is how long it should take, and then tell me how long it took. And then we revise and improve the SOP to drive down the time it takes. That's how our ClickUp is now. And that means when customers don't get us things on the day that we do it, we have to remap a project.